Alright guys, I'm going to go over the Lesson 8 problem set. As you can see down here, I did a couple already. That's just to kind of speed this video up so it doesn't take too long. Okay, it says complete each statement by rounding the number to the given place value. Use the number line to show your work. Okay, so all of these over here are rounding to the 10,000s place, and these are all rounding to the 100,000s place. That's why I underlined it. So you got to make sure you remember what you're rounding to. So this number 53,000 rounded to the nearest 10,000, well, 5 is in the 10,000s place. So this is, the bottom part is going to be 50,000. Top would be 10,000 more, which is 60,000. Middle would be half of that, which is 55,000. Okay, and then 53,000 would be right around down here. So that would round down to 50,000. Okay. Okay, 2. Now we're rounding to the nearest 100,000. So the 2 here is in the 100,000s place. So the bottom, the low point is going to be 200,000. Then 100,000 more is 300,000. Half of that is 250,000. And then we would put 240,000 below 250,000 right here. So that would round down to 200,000. Okay. Oh, I see now that's 1 ABC, 2 ABC. Okay. So 1B here, 42,708 rounded to the nearest 10,000. So the 4 is in the 10,000s place. So down here we're going to put 40,000. The top we're going to put 50,000. Halfway between those two is 45,000. 42,708 would be right around down here, which would round down to 40,000. And I'll just go show you this. Go ahead and show you this one now. 406,823 rounded to the nearest 10,000. So the 0 is in the 10,000 spot. So down here we have 400,000, and then 10,000 more is 410,000. Halfway is 405,000. Put our number here. It's closer to 410,000. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This is 2B right here. 449,019 rounded to the nearest 100,000. 100,000, that would be this digit here, the first 4. So nearest 100,000, so we have to, the 100,000 below that would be 400,000, and above that would be 500,000. Halfway, 450,000. Okay, so 449,019 is going to be just a little bit less than 450,000. And as long as it's less than that, it's going to round down to 400,000. Okay. Another one down here. 964,103 round to the nearest 100,000. Okay, so the 100,000 below this is 900,000. Another 100,000 up would be 1 million. Okay, it's going up another place value. Half of that, 950,000. Put a number here, which is more than 950,000. You would round up to 1 million. Remember, guys, you can pause this at any time if you need to write the numbers down. All right. Number 3, 975,462 songs were downloaded in one day. Round this number to the nearest 100 to estimate, the nearest 100,000 to estimate how many songs were downloaded in one day. Use a number line to show your work. Okay, so I already drew a number line just to get this started. What we're answering is how many songs were downloaded in one day. Okay, an estimate. Should underline that. An estimate. Okay, so the nearest 100,000. So the 9 is in the 100,000 spot. So 900,000. This is kind of like the last one we just did. 100,000 more would be 1 million. 950,000 would be halfway between those. So 975,000 is more than 950,000. Okay. So that would round up to 1 million. So we're estimating about how many songs were downloaded. So we would say about 1 million songs were downloaded in one day. Okay? Next one. This number was rounded to the nearest 10,000. List the possible digits that could go in the thousands place to make this statement correct. Use a number line to show your work. So we have to figure out what digits could go here to make this statement true. Okay, so if we're rounding to the nearest 10,000, okay, that would be the 3 here in the 10,000s place. So 130,000 here, 140,000 up here, halfway would be 135,000. So what digits would go there would round it down to 130,000. We're trying to round it down, so it could be 131. Actually, let's start with 0, right? 130,644. That would round down to this. 131,644. 132,644. 133,000. I'm running out of room. 644. I have to put one over here. 134,644. So all of those would round down to 130,000. If we put a 5 there, we made it 135,644. That would be above the 135,000, above the halfway mark, and it would start running up. But everything else, 0 to 4 is rounding it down. And if you remember your rounding rules, you should remember that 0 to 4 would round down, 5 and up rounds up. So, to answer this question, list the possible digits that could go in the thousands place to make this statement correct. So I would say 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4 would make this statement correct. 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Those would all round down to 130,000. All right, last one. It's a two-parter. Estimate the difference by rounding each number to the given place value. So these are the numbers that we're going to round here, and we're subtracting. That's why we're estimating the difference. We're subtracting. But first we have to round. So round to the nearest 10,000, all right? So each of these we're going to round to the nearest 10,000. I'm not going to do a number line this time. I'm going to look at the next number over for both of these, which is that they both have a 2. Okay? So remember, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, those round down. This is going to round down. When I say down, it doesn't go below this. It basically stays at 1. So 710,000, this one would round to, minus, and this one would round to, the 4 would stay there, so 340,000. Okay, so we're subtracting. Okay, these are all going to be zeros. Bring the comma down. This is also going to be a 0. Can we do 1 minus 4? We can't put 3 there. We can't do 4 minus 1. We can go backwards, right? So we have to take it from the 7 and make it a 6, and then make this 11. Take 10 from that. Just like we do on the place value chart, we're moving tens around and things like that. We can do it here too. So 11 minus 4, 7, 6 minus 3, 3. So an estimate would be 370,000. Okay. And then the last one, round to the nearest hundred thousands. Okay, so the hundred thousands place is 7 and 3. These are in the hundred thousands. And we're going to look at the next number. I like to just draw a little arrow over to point at it, or that's what we're going to look at. Okay, so this 1 is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. That makes it stay the same, so it's going to go down to 700,000. And then this is a 4, so think about what could this round to if we're rounding to the nearest 100,000. It could either round to 300,000 or 400,000. That's all we could round it to. The 4 would go down to the 300,000. So we're subtracting. These are going to be a lot of zeros here. 7 minus 3 is 4, so 400,000. So each of these is correct. We got very different answers. That's because we rounded to a different place value. Okay? So the farther to the right that we round, the more accurate it's going to be. The farther to the left we round, the less accurate it's going to be. But they're both just estimates. Okay? All right, thank you for following along with me.